Welcome back to the channel, guys. It is me, 8744. It is time for your Europa League preview, guys, of the semifinalists, guys. And what's so interesting with this year's Europa League in particular, that there's a lot of narratives you can make for this one. We got Bodo Glimt that are trying to win trying to become the first Norwegian team to win the European title. And this is also the first time they're in the semifinals ever in their history. And I also believe this is the first time we've had a Norwegian team even make the semifinals. Like, we rarely see Scandinavian teams do very well in European competitions. The fact they're doing this well is incredible. What a story they have been. And this team was like playing the second division like I believe like 6 or 7 years, like a decade ago, and now they're winning league titles. They're making European competitions on a regular basis, and now finally can make the Champions League. And remember, guys, if they win the Europa League, they automatically make Champions League. Tottenham Hotspur, they have not been good this season. They have been horrible this season. I mean, look at the Premier League standings. But guys, Ange Postecoglou wins trophies in his second season. That's what I've been told. And because of the fact that I think Son Heung-min is likely to leave the club at the end of the season, this might be his final party. He might end the season with a trophy with Spurs, with the Europa League. And Europa League is a pretty big deal, guys. And what's also interesting is that Arsenal may also be in the UEFA Super Cup match, potentially. Bilbao, looking to make history by winning their first European trophy in their history. They've never won a European trophy before. The finals at their home stadium as well. It'll be a perfect story for them, and it'll be a huge for Spain because when was the last time we've seen a non Spanish team win the Europa League besides Sevilla and Atletico Madrid? It's been many years, so it'll be refreshing to see from Spain. And then obviously Man United. Man United, of course, are the only team here of the four teams that have won a Europa League, and I mean, it would be crazy, guys, to see them win the Europa League, guys. I mean, they've been bad this season. Amarim is coming to a mess. But you know what the weird thing is, guys? United are only here in the Europa League because they won the FA Cup. Just imagine they do the same thing next season with the Champions League. We're only here because we won the Europa League. So craziness, man. Craziness unfolds. And yeah, like I said, guys, best luck to all four of the semifinalists because we have some very interesting matchups coming up. Let's start with Tottenham Hotspur versus Bodo Glimt. Here's the thing, guys. Tottenham Hotspur have been horrible this season. They haven't been good this season. Defensively, are all over the place. Ange Postecoglou is coming under immense pressure, and basically, I think this is gonna basically determine whether Ange survives or not. Because if Ange Postecoglou does not win the Europa League, he's getting sacked. He's getting sacked because look who Spurs in the Premier League. They're literally 16th or 17th. I don't exactly remember. They've lost 18 games, guys. That is embarrassing for a club of this magnitude. And you know what the crazy thing is, guys? Spurs have been bad this season. They have not been good this season. And I know injuries have taken a toll on the team, and I know injuries wise they've been bad. But still, like, it's no excuse to lose 18 games this season. It's no excuse. Look at Bodo Glimt. I mean, what they did in the previous round against Lazio on penalties, incredible. Absolutely incredible. Hayeken, the goalkeeper, was unbelievable. He will have a massive game in these two games. And I think for Tottenham Hotspur, what's really interesting for me is the fact that the first leg is at home, which isn't good for Tottenham. Because we know Tottenham Hotspur, when it comes to away from home, these guys are very, very suspect. They're unpredictable. At home, Tottenham is generally good. At home, Tottenham Hotspur is generally good. It's just the away games that really frustrate and concern me. That being said, though, they did beat Frankfurt away from home with 1-0. So maybe that can give them some confidence. But I will say, Bodo Glimt's home form is much better than Frankfurt's home game form. Do you guys know the last time Bodo Glimt lost at home in a European competition was Arsenal? I think it was a few years ago. Bro, Bodo Glimt rarely lose at home. These guys are unbelievable at home with the home atmosphere, with the temperature, with how cold it is. If I'm Tottenham Hotspur, we got to win the first leg by like a 4 or 5 nil margin. Because if you don't win by a 4 or 5 nil margin, Bodo Glimt is in a really good position. Because I just think that for me, Bodo Glimt, for me, they've been so good at home. And I think that's what's going to be very key in this one. I think the home game, whichever team wins the home leg by a bigger margin, will probably win. Because I don't see any of these teams winning away. I don't think away they're going to win. At best case, maybe like a 1 goal margin loss or 2 goal margin. But there's no way they're going to win. So, guys, what do I have here, guys? Tottenham Hotspur versus Bodo Glimt, guys. Guys, I believe in it. I believe in it. I believe in Disney Plus. I have gone against Bodo Glimt the previous two rounds. I've doubted them. Doubted them against Olympiacos. I doubted them. I doubted them against Lazio. but I'm not going to doubt them anymore. I have them to advance, and I just think Bodo Glimt, the second leg being at home, is so massive, and I feel like the players will be motivated for this. And I don't think Spurs are capable of smashing Bodo Glimt. I just don't think they are because they have not been good this season. As I told you, defensively they're really sketchy. Their attack isn't that great either. The attack looks very limited, and I think Bodo's got this, guys. I think Bodo Glimt is actually going to be playing in a European final. It seems crazy to say these words, but I actually believe it. I believe it. So Bodo Glimt, please don't let me down because I'm backing you guys. And maybe this is what maybe I might have just jinxed this. Knowing myself, I wouldn't be surprised. But I'm going to go with Bodo Glimt. I do think they're the better team than Tottenham, and I do have Bodo Glimt to make the European final. Next up is Athletic Club versus Manchester United. Here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. I got two scenarios to present to you guys. If we're going by footballing wise, this should be clear and obvious. Bilbao is a better team than United. I mean, Bilbao defensively are amazing. They rarely concede goals. Vivon has been amazing. In particular, their attack, Nico Williams, Iñaki Williams. I mean, Sankit. I mean, the name goes on and on. There's a lot of quality in this Bilbao team. But guys, football isn't played on paper. There is a reality of motivation. And I think this United team is going by pure vibes. Because when you look at United this season, they've been bad this season. They have not been good this season. But what's key with United is that despite how bad they have been this season, they have rarely lost big games this season. They have actually been very good in big games if you actually look at the record. I mean, there's a reason why this team is undefeated in Europa League. They're the only team in the three European competitions that are undefeated, which is an incredible achievement. I know it's the Europa League. I know it's not as coveted as the Champions League. But not even the Conference League clubs have been undefeated. Not even your Chelsea's gone undefeated. So I think that in itself is an achievement. But obviously, it means nothing if they get knocked out. So obviously, if you have that kind of stat, you got to win it. You know. And I just look at that United game they had against what's it called, Lyon. They were not great in that game. But the fact that they managed to win that game 5-4, despite not being at their best, just shows how much character and how much motivation this United team have. Because United knows themselves that this season's been a write-off. Like, it's Europa League or bust. Because, guys, here's the thing. If United don't win the Europa League, their season is over. Their season is over. They're not going to get European football at all. And that's what's really interesting with these semifinalists is that the only team that doesn't really need the Europa League is probably Bilbao. United probably needs us the most of all these teams. And let's be real, guys. Bruno Fernandes, this guy has been so heavily criticized. This guy has been one of United's most consistent players. He is consistently balling out week in, week out. Sure, he may not have the best attitude. He may not be the most decorated statistics player. But you cannot deny how much he cares for United. He's putting everything on the line for Man United. When the likes of Xerxes is injured, when the likes of Hoyland's been mediocre this season, when the likes of Onana's making stupid mistakes in the back, when you look at the likes of Casemiro has not been at his best this season. You know, the other players, they just haven't been good. And the fact that he's consistently been doing this time and time again is key. And also keep an eye on Mainu, guys. Mainu being back is huge because we've seen how good Mainu is with United. So, guys, what do I have here, guys? Which team do I have advancing to the final? It's a really difficult one to call. And remember, the second leg is going to be at Old Trafford, which is a massive. But, guys, I think the football world's going to. I think footballing wise, Bilbao should win this. I just think Bilbao, for me, defensively are fantastic. Sure, their attack isn't that great. I will admit that attack has been a bit lackluster recently. But I do feel like Bilbao defensively are just a more well-rounded team than United. United, for me, are just vibes right now at the moment. But like I said, guys, earlier in the video, you can't rely on vibes. Vibes is key. And we may have a vibes versus vibes final, if we get Bodo Glimt versus United. But I do feel like both finalists will be vibes. I think one of them will advance to football and quality, and I think the other one could be vibes. So that is the reason why I have Bilbao making the final. But guys, and remember, this was the team I picked to win the Europa League at the beginning of the season. So beginning of the year. So I'm not going to change my mind on that. That's also key to note as well. So like I said, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy this video, guys. Remember, guys, to like and subscribe. Let me know your guys' thoughts and the 4 semifinalists. And yeah, let me know which teams you guys have making the final. Remember, guys, to like and subscribe. And peace out.